left off at this point yesterday where well, we have to add that, by the way. We gotta add that the click here to take us to services over here. We finished this up yesterday. Not looking good, but we did do it yesterday. So let's start by putting these in the boxes, because that's what I wanted us to start off with. We displayed a flex yesterday, which put them like this, right? Display flex. What flex does is it brings the items together like this. So no matter how many you had, it would flex would always bring them together like that. So you can always use display flex. But we need the if we look at the services here, it's in the center, right? So we gotta add a text align. We're gonna put text align the same way we did for the, where was it that we used text? Have we used it yet? Okay, yeah. So text align is pretty explanatory, like self-explanatory, that it just aligns the text to the center of the container it's in. And that, there we go, that did bring it to the center, but there's no gap. We need to put a gap there. And how you put a gap is you write gap. You put gap, and the gap is 120 pixels, and you save it, and there we have it. We've split them up really nicely. Now we're gonna do the COVID ones. I'm gonna put ID services dot COVID. You could honestly just put dot COVID, it would still work. And all I'm gonna do is put a margin from the top of 250 pixels, and we save that. That brings it down there. And now I want to show you another way of centering this text, because I want you guys to like know the most of the basic stuff. So we could use text align, but if you come here right underneath the COVID thing, and you put a opening tag, and you put center, and you close it, you will get the closing one right next to it, and you remove the closed one, and under the P tag put the closed center tag there, and it really does center it for you. So okay, let's go back there, and as you can see, it's centered. Okay, I'm gonna need to add more text to that. I'm just gonna put here lorem 50, save it. Yeah, that looks like enough text. Okay. Let's get into, we were gonna start the about section. Okay, let's also get this. It's only the home, but these aren't taking us anywhere. To get the services one, we gotta come here and go to the anchor that says services, right? And the hashtag there is gonna be services, and we save it, and services brings us down. Quite laggy, but it does bring us down here. Now we'll get you can put them all in now actually. So if you go to the other one that says about, you put hashtag about, and this is the same way that it works as IDs. So when you press the anchor, it looks for any part that has an ID of service, and this section, we give it the ID service, so it goes right there. Contact, and then here feedback. Okay, now next is the okay, sorry, next is the about page. Very simple. A lot of things you can edit. You guys can edit yourself and make it look as good as you want to. That's why I kept this about page simple, because you guys can really change it to suit yourself, because it is an about page. It is about you. So This was very little code actually, very little. All we're gonna do is now put a comment for about and make the section with the ID. You can guess it, about. All right. Now we could use a container to wrap it all, but the way we styled the container class, if we use that here, it means our about page will have this layout, and we don't want that layout. So you can use it, you can call this anything else. I'm gonna just call it dot about wrap to so the it wraps the whole about page. And then we have a heading one that's gonna say about us, and we will make a underneath this there's a box, so we can call this box anything, but don't call it dot box, because if we call it box, it'll assume the same style as this box, because we gave this class this div the beginning class, this home, this big one. So if we give it the ID of box, it will assume the exact same position as that thing. So I'm going to just call this box 2. Okay. And then we have some text inside there, so I'm going to put P, I'm going to put Lauren 50, and yeah. Okay, so let's take a look what we have here. This is what we have. Not bad, not bad at all. There's if you guys want to do something else about the font, because like you guys, obviously can maybe want to change the font weight or anything like that, you guys should go ahead and do that. Like the way we make this one really bold, you can make this lighter if you want to. uh let's just style the about page. So we're gonna put here is, sorry, here about. Okay, then underneath about is the ID of about. You guys can see the pattern here. We have a section, then we start off by starting the entire section, then we just narrow it down. So we're gonna put the background. It's gonna be a URL / image. I believe mine was called middle.jpg. Let's take a look at, yeah, so I called mine middle. So middle, and now how we over here we did center, no repeat, then a separate line, background size, cover. These are all like they're supposed to be separate, but you don't have to. So here you'd put, for center you type background position center, then for no repeat you put background repeat, no repeat, or you put them all in one line, which is much easier. So we're gonna put here no repeat. I'm gonna put center / cover, and yeah. Okay, now we add the height of 100 VH, and now I'll show you guys we can use width of 100 VW. VW just meaning we want the width as well, like that. Okay, and now we're gonna, there isn't any overflow, so I don't think we need to worry about that. If we go to about, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna add a border to the bottom of this, the same way we add a border to the bottom of this. So sort of like following the theme. So I'm gonna put border bottom of, I think it was 2 pixels, solid of this color here, that value, so we can see we have the border right there. Okay, now we had the about wrap, so that's about wrap. Gonna do page 1. Start by adding the text align to the center. I'm gonna add some margin to the left of 44%. I'm going to show you something else here. Margin left added 44%, made it go all the way here. We want it somewhere here. We're gonna, okay, if we actually do 50%, right, you can sort of see it's taken all the way there. So what we're gonna do here is you're gonna put transform, you're gonna put translate minus 50% so that it brings it to the center. Then make the font size a little bigger. I don't think that small thing is good for a heading 1. Font size, I'm gonna go with 4 rem. Oh yeah, the color of the text is gonna be this one. What else do we need to do? What else do we need to do? I'm gonna add some margin to the top, about 90 pixels to bring it a little bit lower. I think I got it in the wrong place. That's it. Okay, something isn't right here. Yeah, okay, let's do the font weight as bold to make it really bold. Okay, now let's edit the paragraph. So I'm going to do about wrap P, which will give us the paragraph. Change the color of it to, it's an RGB value. We're gonna go with 37, 37, and 37. Text align it to the center and give it a font weight of this really, why did I okay, cool, there we have that. Take a look at this. Yeah, okay, we got a bit more to do. So let's start with the box. So we're gonna put here dot box 2, and you're gonna put box sizing, border box, so everything stays within their own box. Make the width 600 pixels, give it a height of, I think it was 200 pixels. We're gonna position it absolute so that it moves regardless of the other content on the page. We'll add a border of transparent. Um, Actually, that's something you guys can, I can show you how we'll do that later. For now, let's just comment that out. So to put border, we want a full border of 2 pixels of an RGB color, which was yeah, I'm gonna just put it like that. Okay, and solid. What else? Let's take a look at it. It's down there. So let's add a margin to the left of it because it's too much on the left. So add margin left of 50%, and then we'll do a transform translate of minus. Okay, let's leave that for now. Okay, so you guys can see what I did when I added a margin 50 is it's made it to start in the middle. So what the transform translate does, the transform translate of minus 50% brings it right back to the center. But what happened was I realized that it wasn't because of the image, so I wanted to use a 44%, minus 44% does bring it in the center, and also the about us would be better at 44 so that it's lined up with the box itself, right? And there we have that alignment. So I think that that is it for this part of the video. In the next one, we can start on the contact page, and if we check here, yeah, we're also gonna have to get rid of this big border there. It doesn't look good at all. But yeah, I think that's good for today, and I'll see you in the next one.